All right, so Mr. Perry, I was talking with your lawyer and the prosecutor to see if we could maybe expedite some things, if I could just understand a little bit more about what had happened. So Ms. Goodrich, would the people waive the preparation of a pre-sentence report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Nightingale, with the defense?
Yes.
And consent to immediate sentencing?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead with any allocution, Mr. Nightingale.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Mr. Perry comes before the court with some criminal history. It's he's a traveler by nature. He does entertainment for folks on the street. He does a lot of juggling. He's a person that doesn't necessarily like to be tied down, and I have a feeling that he's going to be like that once we're done with this case as well. I think that he understands that he's going to have some court obligations here that he's going to have to pay. He does support himself with that entertainment side business and promises to pay the court with some of those proceeds from those funds. He does, I think, have at least a home to go to in Tennessee. I think that's where most of his family's from. He did spend a lot of time on the West Coast. Came here. He was trying to go up to the UP to go do some more traveling. I think he wanted to see Canada and go through the wilderness that way. He didn't make it there, obviously. We had some issues at the bridge getting over it, and here we are. So, Judge, this arrest stemmed from sort of a public intox situation. He was then arrested. He kicked the car on the way into the jail and caused some damage to the car. And so he understands that he's going to have to pay for that damage. He's got 110 days of credit at this point. We're going to ask to time serve him as to this attempted count one and have the court order him to keep an address current until his financial obligations are paid in full. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Perry. You don't have to say anything today, but it is allowed. Is there anything you want to tell me or no?
Yeah, I think it's time I stop traveling and settle down.
Okay, whereabouts do you think you're going to do that?
Johnson City, Tennessee.
Thank you. Ms. Goodrich, any recommendations from people?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. Thank you. The defendant is 36 years old, and we show a Tennessee resident as well. However, he does have a criminal history of 13 misdemeanors span over Virginia, Idaho, Oregon, Colorado, Florida, and Tennessee. He currently has 2 misdemeanor warrants, one out of Tennessee and one out of Colorado. I believe given the nature of the offense and his criminal history, that the 110 days address that, and I would ask for that to be ordered.
All right, thank you. Well, Mr. Perry, if you please stand for the court sentence. Traveling and what do they call that? Busking, the stuff you do, doing that there's nothing wrong with that. And there's folks that are engaged in that as their life's passion, I guess. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem, though, is that everywhere you go, maybe not everywhere, but many of the places you go, it seems like you get in some trouble. Not super major trouble, it doesn't sound like, but just enough to cause you and folks around you some grief. So this sounded like, when I saw the affidavit, like your attorney said, a public intoxication situation that didn't have to result in you spending 3.5 months in jail. So that's unfortunate how you handled that, but I do think that's a sufficient amount of time for what had happened. You were unable to post the bond. We'll give you credit for that time. So the parties having waived the preparation of a pre-sentence report, I have no sentencing guidelines to review, but I will sentence Mr. Perry to 110 days jail, credit for 110 days previously served. There's restitution in the amount of $113.18, $68 in state costs, and $130 as a crime victim's assessment. That's a total fines and costs, Mr. Perry, at $311.18. Are you able to pay any of that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can pay that as you're leaving the jail then?
Not as I'm leaving the jail, but within an early time frame.
How much time do you need to pay that? 60 days to it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say 30.
All right, I'm going to order that you pay it in full within 60 days, that you advise the court of any address change. And if you don't pay it within 60 days, then we could issue a warrant for contempt. And then, you know, you don't want to have this on your list of places that you can't go because there's a warrant. I mean, this is a pretty low amount to repay that damage. So I'm going to expect you to take care of it. All right, because we are entering a judgment of conviction, you can file an appeal if you want by filing an application. If you wanted a lawyer, I'd give you one, but you'd have to make that request within 6 months. So we're going to hand you a piece of paper explaining that appeal rights and ask you to initial one copy for us, so we have a record that we gave it to you. And the other one is for you to fill out if you want to take an appeal. Do you have any questions for me, Mr. Perry?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
25-7047FH. Counsel, you want to state your appearance, please?
Melissa Goodrich, Blaine County Prosecutor.
No, and I get her from Mr. Shamas, who appears in person in custody to my right.
All right, so we're here today for a docket call. I do have in front of me a plea agreement and advice of rights. Is that how we're proceeding today, then?
Yes, Your Honor.
You consent to the filing of the amended information?
We do, Your Honor.
You waive its reading?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Shamas, would you please stand and as best you can raise your right hand for me? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can be seated. Are you David Tyler Shamas?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Shamas, guilty plea hearing is an important event. It includes the waiver of constitutional rights that you have, so please listen. If you have a question, ask me. If you need to talk to your lawyer, you just let me know at any time. First, I have to advise you of the maximum penalty that you could face for these charges. Count 2, resisting obstructing police, resulting in serious impairment, is a felony, punishable by a maximum of 15 years in prison and or a $10,000 fine, and discretionary consecutive sentencing for other violations out of the same transaction. Count 6 is maintaining a drug vehicle. That is a high court misdemeanor, punishable by a maximum of 2 years and or a $25,000 fine. So therefore, the maximum penalty that you could face if the court applied consecutive sentencing would be 15 years plus 2 for 17 years. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole anymore?
No.
Were you on bond for any other cases at the time of this incident?
No, Your Honor.
Did you read and understand the rights listed on the advice of rights form that you signed?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me or Mr. Nightingale about any of those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand if you plead guilty, you give up those rights and won't have a trial?
Yes.
And is that what you wish to do today?
Yes.
If I accept your plea, you give up any claim that it was caused by threats or by any promises not put on the record. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Also, when you plead guilty, you lose the right to appeal. If you wanted to appeal later, you'd have to seek permission by filing an application. But the types of issues you could raise are very limited after a plea, much more limited than if you went to trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
The plea agreement provides in exchange for your plea to those charges and restitution in the amount of $6,761.80. The prosecutor will dismiss the remaining charges as well as the habitual offender notice. Do you understand the terms of that plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Other than that agreement, has anybody promised you anything to which you plead guilty?
No.
Has anybody threatened you to make you do so?
No, Your Honor.
Is it your own free choice to do that?
Yes.
Knowing all this, how do you wish to plead to the charge of resisting, obstructing Officer Meyerson, causing serious impairment?
Guilty, Your Honor.
And how do you wish to plead to the charge of maintaining a drug vehicle?
Guilty.
And Mr. Nightingale, is the factual basis for the drug vehicle just the greater of possession of the vehicle? So, Mr. Shamas, back in April of this year, about April 14th, were you in Sheboygan County?
Yes.
Were you in a motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in that motor vehicle, were you in possession of a controlled substance, cocaine?
Yes.
Did you have any authority to possess that substance?
No.
All All right. And you knew that you were in possession of it?
Yes.
Did you have some contact with law enforcement then?
Yes, sir.
And you came to learn that that was an officer, Janet Meyerson, with Tuscarora Township?
Yes.
Was she in uniform?
Yes.
So you knew she was a police officer?
Yes.
And was she attempting to take you into custody?
Yes.
Did you resist her efforts to take her into custody?
Yes.
And you did so by physically resisting her attempt to arrest you?
Yes.
During that struggle, did she suffer an injury?
Yes.
And do you know what that injury turned out to be?
No.
Start the Ms. Goodrich, from the affidavit, what was the injury that the officer suffered?
It was an injury to her thumb, which required surgery.
Okay. And so, Mr. Shamas, have you since learned that the officer's injury resulted in the need for a surgical intervention?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. And did the officer miss work as a result?
Yes,
Is she back now?
yes.
How long was she out?
For at least since the incident, and she just returned a couple weeks ago.
Okay, so for months she was out.
Yes,
So, Mr. Nightingale, does the defense acknowledge that that injury satisfies the definition of serious impairment under the statute?
We do.
All right, Mr. Nightingale, are you satisfied with that factual basis then?
I am, Your Honor. Thank
Ms. Goodrich?
yes.
And Mr. Nightingale, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or inducements?
No.
Ms. Goodrich?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Nightingale, do you believe that the court has complied with the requirements of MCR 6.302?
The court has.
Ms. Goodrich?
Yes,
All right, Mr. Shamas, I find that your plea is knowingly, understandingly, and voluntarily made, and that there is a sufficient basis in fact and law to believe that you are guilty of those offenses. So I hereby accept your plea. We'll schedule sentencing for November 4th, or is that the day that you are not here?
Correct.
We'll have to put it out then to November 25 at 10:10 a.m. You'll have to cooperate with the preparation of a pre-sentence report. And I think we also have a couple bond issues, one previously and one new show cause alleging, looks like some misdemeanor assaults committed in the jail. My thought is, unless counsel has different thoughts about that, is Mr. Shamas having entered a plea and what I expect the guidelines to be and his behavior in the jail to make it clear that his bond is revoked, but then dismiss the contempts. I mean, I'm not sure what in the world I can do. I could order him to serve jail time, but he's in the jail.
no objection.
Likewise.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Shamas, I'm going to, may have already happened previously, but I'm going to enter an order that your bond is revoked. You haven't entered a plea. But I'm going to dismiss the pending contempt citations. But I guess between now and November 25th, Mr. Shamas, I just want to tell you one thing about that. On November 25th, I'm guessing just from the charge and from the guidelines range, we're going to be having a discussion about how long you have to go to the state prison. I'm going to be the one making that decision. How you behave yourself in the jail matters to me. And you've already committed or been alleged, you've already gotten in 2 fights in the jail.
Right.
You don't want to be misbehaving in the jail between now and November 25. Because if you misbehave more in the jail, do you think you'll get less time or more time in prison?
More time.
Yeah. All right. So do your best to lessen your time starting now. Okay. All right, see you then, sir.